Good evening, everyone. I know it's late and you want to go to your bed and cry because Trump has won. I'm sorry, I'm giving you the bad news, but I thought I should let you know because my phone's going like that. Yes, yes, cool. But that was 15 seconds of my talk, so I better get back to it. Boom. I thought I should add in before that, before anything else, I'm the first Latin American politician in Auckland. I don't think it's something to applaud, but thank you. I just noticed that there is obviously a great mix of people that are speaking, and I'm really inspired by all of you, but we're all, we all have different walks of life, and we all come from different countries. So I think that's really cool. Now, something really interesting that I wanted to talk about, which isn't anything about what we've been talking about before, is waste. Now, who is aware of the consequences of waste? Yeah, everyone? Yes. So this is really funny because Jennifer made me think a lot with what she was talking about something that you're really strong or close or attached about relates to your background. And I was thinking a lot for the past 20 minutes of what am I doing now that is related to my background? Because my background is definitely not recycling, or upcycling. But then I started thinking, actually, it might be because of the influence that we're doing in the community and how passionate we were of wanting to create change in everyone's lives. Long story short, my grandparents left New Zealand in the 1960s to Colombia, South America, and they started an NGO, and they have 7 schools, and in each school there is more than 2,000 kids, and this is in slum areas. When I was 4, my dad started an orphanage, and I had 30 brothers and sisters. So, I was quite an attention seeker when I was a kid, mainly because I never had attention from my parents. But, that doesn't relate to waste overall. And the concept of waste began when I started working for Conscious Consumers. Have you guys heard of Conscious Consumers? Yeah, so if not, please check it out because it's cool, and hopefully we are all collectively conscious consumers. I just started realizing by doing research the impact of waste, not only in our lives, but also in terms of the environment. And it was really challenging for me to see that being a 23-year-old, back then when I was working for Conscious Consumers, I felt that I had no power to make any change. And that really conflicted me. I was like, I'm a woman, I come from a South American country that's very, very misogynistic. 2 years ago, they're talking about the stock exchange with my partner, and I went, I study business, I know a little bit about this. My dad went, shh. So I relate with you, but it was part of my upbringing. So I was trained mentally to bow down to men and to serve them and everything. And to be entirely honest, I don't really consider gender. I've never thought, I'm a woman, I can't do that. But really deep inside me, it was there. So I did everything and anything to prove myself wrong. So back to waste. I was walking down Bassett Road and I saw a couple of pallets that are stranded outside of the road. And then I realized, waste isn't waste until we waste it. We're all in this room responsible about whatever we throw away. And it's up to us if we want to tag what we're going to throw away as waste or not. And that's how the Pallet Kingdom started. So, like Colart said, the Pallet Kingdom is a social enterprise that goes all around Auckland, and we've received emails from hundreds of companies asking us to collect their pallets because we're a free service. We're an incentive for them, because if not, they would send it straight into landfill. Now that I'm working with council, I realised the impact that landfills that happened back in the day. I just realised I have a gap filler on my elbow. Sorry. Anyway, so, this is stuff that we do with waste. I did that back shelf this week, which is very heavy to be honest, but I'm not sure if you can really tell. It's a little popcorn shop in K Road. So those are the kind of stuff that the Pallet Kingdom does. But obviously, Today I was really fortunate to have a camera following me around and cutting and sanding and doing all my heavy duty stuff. And then I was really upset because I have a good team behind me, and the cameraman kept on telling me, no, talk about you. Say I, say I, say I. And I was like, oh, it's really frustrating because I couldn't have done any of this if it wasn't for my partner, if it wasn't for the team that I work with, if it wasn't for my mentors or my friends or my family. So, it's all about being able to collaborate. And I think Helen Keller said, alone we can do so little, but collectively together we can do so much. This is a perfect example. It's a 7-meter wall that we did for someone's house. And without the help of Tarek, which is one of the kids that I work with that has mental illness, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And he got a lot from it too. So, talking about waste, I'd like to encourage anyone to start any kind of business that tries to mitigate waste. Why? Who knows about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch? Innovation is just such the perfect key to be able to help all of us to mitigate waste. And no matter if we print, no matter if we do normal kinds of businesses, we can always make sure that we give in our grain of salt to stop this issue. For example, this week I was talking to some people at a TEED, and they were talking about all these events, and they were talking about how they want to approach the Waitematā Local Board for funding. And they were really upset with me when I said, I'm not accepting any funding until you can guarantee me that your event is going to be zero waste. At first they laughed at me, but then they realized I was actually one of the board members. So they were like, oh yes, we'll definitely go and look into that. And we'll talk to our sustainability advisors, obviously, because this little cute face doesn't look like up there in a board, right? So, yes, I am very young, as you can tell. Basically what I really want all of us, and I really want all of us to think about, it's not only about who are we, and it's not only that we can actually break the status quo, we can break the stereotype, we can actually stand and people to respect us and stand firm in our beliefs. But it's also for us to actually think that we are creators, and we do have creativity in us. Muhammad Yunus once said, we're all creators, we can create our own life, we can create our own world, but in order to do so, we must imagine the kind of world that we want to create and start doing that. I would love to imagine a plastic-free Auckland, a waste-free Auckland, an Auckland that is leading everyone in terms of innovative, sustainable practices, and that's something I'm really keen to keep on fighting, if it's even through the Pallet Kingdom or through politics. Now, please follow me on Instagram and Facebook and everything, keep in touch. But I just want you all to leave thinking about your impact in your day-to-day and how you can influence and inspire other people around you, because I'm Mrs. Nobody, honestly, and it's these hands that do the majority of the work. And, I'm really humbled and grateful for the chance that many people feel inspired by the simple things that I do in my small little workshop with my little team. And I really would love for you all to feel, obviously humble. There's a saying in Spanish, and I'll say it in Spanish first, and then I'll say it in English. Lo que sube como palma, cae como coco. Which means if you go up like a palm, you'll fall down like a coconut. So just keep your feet on the floor. Guys, thank you very much. See ya.